little bit different setup today. Gonna do on my little freestanding nail here, this nail design. I was inspired by like, I don't know, like a granite or marble kind of stone with maybe like moss growing on it or something. So originally wasn't going to make this a video, but I decided to make it a video after the fact. So I have a nail attached to this marker and I have sanded this a little bit for increased grip. I'm going to use a little bit of rubbing alcohol to clean my surface. We need base coat. Slather that on. We're going to cure that per package directions. I'm going to do that over on the side. While that's curing, I want to mix a custom color. I don't have a bottle of color that's quite like this, so I mixed this by hand. No pun intended. So I used, if I recall correctly, I used white and I used a kind of light brownish color. I don't know if my lighting is really working for this, but a light brownish color. And I used a green that looks different than this lid. It's kind of like a very pale, I shouldn't say very pale, it's like a little paler, like avocado green. So let's put that on the paper and I'll kind of show you how I mixed it, because there's different ratios of each color. I think I used the most white. I might need a little more brown, but let's add our green and see how that looks. I think I want just a touch more brown. Let's see how that looks. Yep, I think that works. Okay, so now we've got our color mixed and this has already cured under the lamp. So we'll go ahead and apply our custom color. If you already have a color like this in a bottle, you are certainly welcome to use that. For as often as I might use a particular color, unless I like that color a lot and use it repeatedly, obviously, I've shown you several times, I just mix the color I want for that particular manicure. We'll cure this and then we'll come back for another coat. We've cured our first coat of the color. I'm going to go ahead and take some more, put on a second coat. Probably a little bit extra with how I'm applying this stuff, but I have the time to make it look nice. I'll make it look nice. All right, I'm going to cure this and we'll be back. This is all cured now. This is good enough for our purposes. If you wanted to go extra, you could apply a third coat if desired. I'm going to get out a clean brush. I need a little more plain white on my palette here. There's just a piece of paper. And before I get started with this, I'm going to apply some clear coat on my nail, and I'm not going to cure it yet. So by having the uncured clear coat on here, when I paint the little white stripes on there, it'll kind of feather out a little bit, give it a slightly more natural rock type texture. Kind of allows the white gel polish to kind of flow a little bit just different. And since we have that base color right here that we originally used, you can also, if you wanted to, like if you felt like an area looked too thick, you could go in and kind of paint that base color back in to kind of get your pattern to do what you want it to do. So I think that's enough for what I would like. I'm going to go ahead and cure this. This is cured now. Hope that's focused. So the next step, we will need permanent markers. I have this, again, like an avocado limey green color and a more forest green color. We're going to start with the lighter color. And to give the example of like how it looks here on my thumb, I just kind of dotted it on more towards one corner and towards this corner in no particular pattern, kind of allowing it to organically happen. And then we're going to do similar with the forest green color, a little less coverage, but still there just to add texture variation. You could even add a couple dots outside if you wanted. And then I have rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle. I suppose you could try and use a brush to paint it on if you prefer, but it's just easier to have the spray bottle of rubbing alcohol. And spritz a little bit of alcohol on there, and you'll watch how it kind of spreads out a little bit. If you don't quite like how it's working, you can add another spritz, but I try to usually just add one spritz, add from there if needed. So I think I'll spritz a little bit more towards this corner over here. I think that's actually okay. Okay, so once this alcohol is totally dried, next I'm going to follow up with a gel polish that has gold glitter in it. We're going to take the gold gel polish. I'm removing most of the product. I just need a little bit on the brush. And I just kind of dabbed it where the greenery is. If you feel like there's too much somewhere, you can take a wipe, or honestly, I use my fingers because that's just how I do. And just dab off any extra that you don't quite want on there. And then we're going to go ahead and cure that for the recommended amount of time per package directions. We've cured our work here, and then I'm going to top coat this. First, I'm going to use a glossy top coat just to show how that looks. Because I do think it's very pretty that way. Okay, so that's how it looks cured with the glossy top coat. You can kind of see a little bit of variation in the base coat, or in the base color, that kind of gives it that stone look, and then the green makes it look almost a little mossy. But I want to show you how it looks with the matte top coat, because that's what I have on my nails. Matte top coat. Let's cure that in the lamp. Alright, so that's cured. So this is what it looks like with the matte top coat on it. I prefer that for this particular design, but you're certainly, your nail design, your nails, do it how you would like. But yeah, so that's how I did this design. As you can see, I did choose to put stones on a couple of my nails just for added embellishment. You could probably switch up the glitter to be a different color. Don't think you necessarily have to stick to gold. There's a lot of ways to customize the design, but at any rate, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something or were entertained. and I hope to see you at the next video. Bye!